Hey guys, I'm KG and welcome to Young and Proud Educators, where we speak everything education, education now, education future. So in this video guys, I'm going to speak about 8 ways to make education relevant. So I've read this article from Conversation. It's for academics. I'm not an academic, so I can't write an article to that site. Because for you to write one, you need to be a PhD candidate. I'm still struggling for master's, so I can't even go there. So yeah, it was written by Melissa Kelly, and she said 10 ways. So I just matched some of the things because I thought it was just one thing, so I put them together. And the first one is, when we do teach our lovely guys, we need to make real world connections. What does this mean? This means that let's whatever that we're teaching in our class, let's make sure that it reflects what's happening in our societies. We don't just speak about something that exists on its own or just exists on a newspaper or magazine or whatever resource that you're using. Make sure that you make live references that children can say, okay, yes, I remember we did that last week. We saw it happening. For instance, if you teach about pollution, then pollution children can refer, can even contribute into the conversation. So doing a lot of that, it's making real world connections. Number 2, use hands-on learning strategies. What does this mean? It means that when you guys teaching your lovely children, make sure that they touch, they experience, they use all the 5 senses to learn. Because once they do that, they learn it, they experience it, and it remains in their minds forever. It doesn't go anywhere because they touched, they felt it, they tasted. And children, I teach young children, so they really learn that way. Third one, she's saying plan field trip wisely. This means that when you guys plan your trips, I know most people just plan, oh, we want to go to the zoo, and they just go to the zoo. But plan your trip wisely. You want to go to the zoo, yes, that's a good thing. But what do you want to do? Is it related to what is happening in the classroom? Are you going to now take learning outside the classroom to the zoo? And you then allow the children to experience personalized learning. That, you know what, this child has passion, has big love for hippos. They want to go to that part of hippos. They learn, they read, they look at them, they tell what's happening, they observe the hippos. In an hour, what did the hippo do? The behavior of a hippo. So plan your trips wisely when you plan them, guys. So you still continue with the learning from the classroom, you're taking the learning from the classroom to the field. Number 4, she's saying we should get an expert. Like someone that works with him. For instance, let's say we teach trading. We teach children how to trade. For us, she's saying maybe at the beginning, get that person who works with that, is an expert in that field. They come, they speak to your class about it. They introduce the topic for you. In fact, you introduce the topic, but they come and they speak broadly about it. Once they're done with that, the person's going to leave. Then you continue teaching. Once you're done with the subject, once you're done with the topic, then you invite the same guy again. Because now children experienced. They've got questions, they want to know, they want to ask questions. Then you invite the same person into the classroom and the children can ask, trading, what is this? What is this? How do we do this? Or maybe allow the children to have live accounts where they will learn trading. What does it mean to trade CFDs? What does it mean to trade stocks? What does it mean to trade ETFs? Those kind, they have demo accounts and experience it. That's kind of trading we want. The 5th one is institute project-based learning. This means that when you start introducing your topic or whatever, make sure that it's problem-based topic. And you explore that. And once you start exploring that, for instance, let me talk about pollution. We talk about pollution. And already that's a problem. that's happening in the society, on in that particular community. And now children can say, no, this is what's happening. You can say, this is what's happening, introduce it. It's a problem. Who's going to solve it? The children, not you. They're clever, they're smart, they will solve it. And now we need to bridge between the school and the community, bring them together to show that, you know what, the school doesn't exist on its own, the community doesn't exist on its own. The school exists in the community. So whatever that's happening in the class, it should be in the community, or in the municipality, or a certain area, or a province, or a country, or a continent, or the world. That's how massive it should be. So they see those and they start helping. So I was talking about pollution. You talk about pollution, they go out there and they start working. Say, you know what, this is how it's happening. They start collecting data. After collecting data, they now look at places which are not clean and the places that are clean. And they start interviewing the other guys. How do you keep these places clean? And the other guys, why are these places like this? And they come up with solutions, them themselves, not you. They come up with solutions, the children, and they put them together and say, you know what, we're going to create this, and this is what we're going to use to keep both places clean. And you will see children experience learning at first hand. You will see children loving learning. You will see children wanting to go to the community, to engage, to start asking questions, and that will be of value to them. That's a valuable learning that children need. Number six is more like number 5, and she said we need to start with the real problem in mind. Same as number 5. So it's the same example as I used with pollution. It can be any other one. It can be amending the constitution, can be racism, can be police brutality, can be lack of access to technology, or can be expensive data that we have. How can we work on it? So it can be a real life world problem. Number 7, she speaks about a simulation. Simulation, I'll use the same example that I use about trading. So you mimic the real life events. So when they mimic real life events, when the children are going to get demo accounts, they start trading CFDs, they start trading stocks, they start trading ETF, and just to get the idea on how it works. So once they're ready, some of them will like it, then they can start trading real money with the guidance and support of the teachers and the parents. And the last one is to encourage children to go out there and look for their own connections. Whatever that we're doing in class, whatever that we're learning in class, how is it connected to the real world? How is it connected to the real world? Remember, we're not living in isolation. Then children can go and say, last time I read on the newspaper about this, police brutality. How's it connected to what we're doing? Then they connect it. That's real learning. Remember, when we teach children, we're not teaching them to just sit down there in class, in those 4 halls, and they write exams and they pass. How are you connected? How are you getting ready? How are you linking what you're learning with what's happening in the real world? And how you're navigating those two. So, guys, let's make education fun, relevant, and fashionable. Let's get our children excited to come to our classes because they know they're gonna have good fun. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video to the end. If you like the video, please click like button, and if you like the content that I'm bringing to you guys, don't be shy, subscribe and click on the bell. Whenever I post a new video, gonna get that notification. And for now, guys, cheers.